Welcome back to Panther Sports Talk in the McLeod Center, talking UNI volleyball. We talked kind of about that front row. The setter position is so important. Talk about what you returned there and what you're seeing this spring.
Yeah, and that's one of the exciting parts. We do return both of our setters. We ran a 6-2, which I think in the whole time I've coached at UNI, we've done it maybe 2 other times, but it worked really well for us this year. And so I think Sydney and Reese both have the ability to run a 5-1 if that's what we feel we need. Part of it's the makeup of your team, and we don't know what that's going to be like until fall. But both of them just have improved so much. Sydney's been here a little bit longer, but has really turned into a great leader for our team, and we've needed her to do that. She's always been a leader because of her position, but she's stepping out of that comfort zone and doing some more things. Reese, she's a coach's kid, and she competes, practices, and plays like it. She gets after it in everything that she does. But what I love about Reese is she's also just getting so much better technically. With Sutter, you like the go-getter, but ultimately they got to get the ball where it needs to go, and she's just really improved on a lot of her technique, and I think all of our players would say they'd love to play for either one of them, and that's a really positive comment for somebody that's running the offense.
Now the back row, again, some holes due to graduation, but what are you seeing this spring from the back row that is so important to your defense and so important to getting a good pass for your offense as well?
Yeah, it's interesting because it's probably one of the only years we've been really short in the DS Libero category. We just have Taryn and Jaden. So Taryn has been with us a couple years, and so really has elevated her level of play and just her ability to communicate and take control back there. Jaden's new, but she's learning how to use her physical abilities and, become better at the different skills. When you come as a freshman, it's so much different. The pace is different. But both of them have improved so much. We will add a couple DS Liberos in the fall. But then, you look at Cass, she's going to have to be a primary passer for us. Lily is improving so much in her backcourt. So it's not just the DS Liberos, but it's also the 6 rotation pins that you're going to have as well.
And just team chemistry and everything, because it will be a little bit different team in the fall, but you're still working on building that core, that culture, even though this team is different than this previous fall. It's just such a moving cohesion unit.
It is, and that's like we talk about it. You don't just show up and say we want our culture to be good. You have to work at it. And when you lose pieces and gain pieces, it just completely changes. And we're very different, just personnel-wise than we were in the fall, not just in production, but personalities. So you got to figure that out. And you're not trying to be like any other team. And sometimes that's hard. When you go in, it's like, oh, okay, who's going to be this person? Who's going to be that person? But that's the fun of it too. And they're doing a good job trying to figure it out, and we're going to fail and succeed in that as well along the way.
Well, we go from the volleyball court to the softball diamond. Here's a story on a talented UNI softball student athlete.